Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. I'm your Habib Ishwan bin Mio Salahuddin. Today, welcome to Buzz Bulletin. Today, I would like to introduce to you the country of India. The country in South Asia, known as India, officially the Republic of India, stands as the world's most populous democracy. It is the 7th largest country by land area and the 2nd most populated country, trailing only China. Recently, India has become the most populated country globally according to United Nations projections, surpassing China. Since 1950, its population has grown by over 1 billion and is expected to continue growing for the next 2 decades. In 2022, India ranked as the world's 15th largest exporter with the total export amount to $468 billion America. The top export categories include refined petroleum, diamonds and rice with major export destinations in the United States, United Arab Emirates and Netherlands. On the import side, India ranked as the 8th largest trade destination, importing $724 billion America in 2022. Key imports included crude petroleum, gold briquettes and gold, primarily from China, United Arab Emirates and United States. India's large population also contributes significantly to the global labor force. In 2022, the country had a labor force of 554 million people, with a participation rate of 55.4% from the population. Employment in the industry sector saw an increase, reflecting the country's economic growth. India's economy is among the fastest growing globally, with a GDP growth of 7.2% in 2022, rising from $3.15 trillion America in 2021 to $3.42 trillion America in 2022. The services sector is the main contributor in India's GDP, accounting for 54.86% in 2023 and 2024. This includes financial, communication, and public administration. The industry sector and agriculture sector also are significant contributors to GDP. The unemployment rate in India has experienced fluctuations, notably spiking to 7.9% in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but recovering to 4.8% by 2022, indicating economic recovery and job creation. In summary, India's significant population growth, robust export and import activities, and rapid economic development highlight its critical role on the global stage and its potential as a major economic powerhouse in the coming decades. Now we will move to the next part, which is the condition of inflation in India. Inflation in India, which reflects the general rise in prices, continues to impact the cost of living and economy. According to the National Statistics Office (NSO), India's retail inflation rate dropped to 5.09% in February 2024, making the lowest point in 4 months. In January 2024, it stood at 5.10%. By April 2024, retail inflation further declined to 5.83%, staying within the Reserve Bank of India's target range of 2 to 6%. Notably, rural inflation was higher at 4.34% in December compared to urban inflation at 4.78%. Food inflation saw an increase to 8.66% in February from 8.3% in January. The Professional Wholesale Price Index (WPI) for April 2024 is 1.26%. The rising cost of food, energy, natural gas, crude oil, and other manufacturing inputs have contributed to higher inflation. From March to April 2024, the WPI showed at 0.79% month-over-month increase, indicating a slight upward trend in wholesale costs. So here, we present to the viewers statistics or data of inflation in India.
Now, we will move to the types of inflation in India. According to this IIS, as reported by Business Today, India primarily experiences two main types of inflation, which are demand inflation and cost inflation. In demand food inflation, India predominantly undergoes demand food inflation, which occurs when the total demand in an economy exceeds supply of goods and services. Key drivers behind this includes rising consumers' expenditure, fiscal expansion, and overabundance of money supply. This type of inflation causes prices to rise. The companies struggle to meet the high demand. In India, Industries such as consumer goods and real estate have notably experienced demand pull inflation. For instance, low interest rates and rising disposable incomes have led to the increased prices for housing, driving up real estate prices. Additionally, holiday seasons often see and surge in consumer spending, leading to higher costs for product life and apparel and electronics due to the elevated demand. The second type, cost push inflation, results from rising production costs, including those for raw materials and taxes. Businesses facing higher input costs tend to pass these costs to consumers through increased prices. This form of inflation has recently prominent in India, primarily driven by rising food prices. In July 2023, retail inflation reached a 50-month high of 7.44%, with the cost of cereals and pulses rising about 30%, and vegetables prices surging by 37.34%. Factors contributing to this include unfavorable weather affecting crop sales and supply chain disruptions. Economic impact, these inflationary pressures have multiple impacts on the economy, including reducing purchasing power, higher low interest rates, and the spread effects in different socio-economic groups. In response to these developments, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has adjusted its monetary policies and inflation projections. On to the next one, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) points to several key factors driving inflation. Regulatory conditions reduce food production leading to higher prices for bread, rice, vegetables, and edible oils. Increased costs for seeds, fertilizers, and labor-based farming expenses, resulting in higher prices for grains and legumes. India imports 80% of its fuels, meat, and a $10 rise in crude oil. Prices can increase inflation by 40 to 60 basis points. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted global supply chains, driving up commodity prices. Post-pandemic, economic recovery sparked a surge in demand, causing the demand pull inflation in India. The RBI underscores these factors, emphasizing the complexities of inflation and the needs for balanced economic policy to manage it effectively. Now, moving on to the effects of inflation in India, the RBI monitors these key effects of inflation. High inflation reduces purchasing power, lowering people's living standards. It hampers economic activity by increasing uncertainty and lowering costs from higher rates. Additionally, inflation worsens socio-economic inequality, hitting the poor, workers, and retirees hardest. Moreover, it reduces international competitiveness by raising prices of goods, services compared to global trends. Lastly, inflation can devalue the currency, posing risk to the country's economic stability.
So we are going to interview him. By the way, hey, sir. I look at you like you are so tired and so on. Like, what happened to you? Are you having any problems with your life or something?
You know what's problem with me is that in this current economic situation, it is so difficult for me to find a job. You know, when I go to the interviewer does not want to accept my resumes. It really stressed me out. So better I get home because I'm really tired right now.
I'm Marsha Adriana. This is an additional posting to expand our knowledge. This news is quite long because we will discuss about the main problem happening in India, which is unemployment. Unemployment occurs when a person actively searches for a job but is unable to find a job. India's unemployment rate rose to 8.1% in April 2024, primarily due to lack of capital equipment and resources and a high population growth. The rate increased in both urban and rural areas, with Haryana state having the highest rate at 37.4% and Odisha state had the lowest rate at 0.9%. Right now, we will discuss type of unemployment in India. First, seasonal unemployment. Agricultural workers in India often unemployed during May to June due to seasonal fluctuations in labor demand. Second, technological unemployment. Job losses due to technological advancements causing skilled workers to be replaced. The World Bank predicts a 69% rise in job losses due to automation in India in 2016. Third, structural unemployment. Mismatch between workers' skills and job availability. Many job seekers lack specialized technical skills such as coding proficiency and software development frameworks. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana aims to enable youths to take up skills training. Fourth, vulnerable unemployment. Workers working in informal, irregular, and without official job contracts or documentation, often marked by low productivity, inadequate wages, lack of social security benefits, and risky working conditions. 5. Frictional unemployment or search unemployment. Short-term unemployment while searching for a new job or switching between jobs. Increased unemployment rate due to workers' decision to leave their positions. And lastly, cyclical unemployment. Unemployment due to fluctuations in the economic cycle, rises during economic slowdowns or recessions due to reduced workforce due to decreased demand. This is the effects happened in India. The 2008 global financial crisis, the monetization in 2016, GST implementation, and the COVID-19 pandemic have all significantly impacted India's economy, slowing growth and reducing job opportunities. The 2008 global budgetary crisis, the monetization in 2016, GST implementation, and inflationary pressures have all contributed to increased unemployment and reduced consumer purchasing power, resulting in cost-cutting measures and high unemployment rates.
It's a long trip, but we need to go another country right now. Yeah. I want to know more about India, so I will search.
Oh my god, it's so cool. The air conditioner is conditioning. Marsha, how many hours will you wait for this day?
About 1 hour.
Like, you just two of us want to go to India.
You forgot that we go by private jet.
Oh yeah. Oh, your husband will drive it?
Yes. I told you my husband is pilot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
But we go trip together, just two of us. Sophia, have you heard about the latest statistics on India's economic growth?
Oh, what's up?
Okay, please. It is from Ministry of Statistics. India's growth rate in the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2020 dropped to 3.1% due to COVID-19 pandemic. It is really affecting this economy.
That's concerning. I read that unemployment not only impacts economic growth but also lead to poverty and inequality.
Absolutely. 60% of India's population live on less than $3.1 per day because of lack of steady job.
This vicious cycle.
Not only that, unemployment also affects the labour market dynamics, leading to the lower wages and bad working conditions.
It's tough station.
Yes,
They need to have a policies.
I'm sympathetic for the...
Hey, Marsha, our friend have run.
Really? Hi guys, today I'm going to interview some strangers about India economic. Let's go. People, what is your name? Did I interrupt you? Okay, I want to ask you some questions about India economy. Did you know that India has high unemployment rate right now? What is the solutions for country to overcome the high unemployment rate?
In my point of view, the Indian Reserve Bank (RIB) can lower the interest rate, so it can encourage the business to, to expand the business, and thus job creation will be higher, and then unemployment also will be lower. And RIB also can make sure that the ability of credit in the economy always there, so that the economy can borrow the money from bank to expand the business, and if the investment can increase, so that the job creation also can be increased. And for me, the RMB also can control the exchange rate because although it's not directly involved with monetary policy, but it can impact the unemployment rate indirectly.
Why is so?
Because if the exchange rate is level, it can promote export rate and discourage imports. So that when the investment of the economy increase, the job creation also will
about fiscal policy perspective?
Okay, for me, through fiscal policy, the government can increase their expenditure on capital expenditure on projects such as railway buildings. The government can focus on improving the infrastructure of the building in our country, so that when this project will provide immediate job, immediate employment opportunities, and it also can contribute into long-term economic growth. Other than that, I think the government also can adjust their tax policy, so that the business will be more on focusing on their expansion, and it also can encourage the business to expand their workforce.
Wow. Thank you for lending your time. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Bye.
India, like many nations, relies heavily on monetary policy to tackle inflation, managed by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI). The RBI plays a central role in formulating and executing these policies. One primary tool used by the RBI is the repo rate, which dictates the rate at which commercial banks borrow short-term funds from the central bank. By adjusting the repo rate, the RBI can influence inflation levels. Increasing the repo rate makes borrowing more costly for banks, prompting them to lend less. This reduction in lending decreases the growth of the money supply in the economy, thus helping to control inflationary pressures. Conversely, lowering the reverse repo rate incentives banks to deposit more funds with the RBI rather than lending them out, which can tighten liquidity in the market and curb inflation. Another solution is through open market operations, where the RBI buys or sells government securities in the open market. When the RBI sells securities, it absorbs liquidity from the market, helping to ease inflationary pressures. Conversely, purchasing securities injects liquidity into the market, aimed at stimulating economic activity during periods of low inflation. The RBI employs a cash reserve ratio (CRR) as another effective tool in managing inflation. This regulation mandates that banks maintain a set percentage of their deposits as cash reserve with the central bank. By adjusting the CRR upwards, the RBI reduces the amount of money available for banks to lend, thereby helping to curb inflationary pressures. However, it's crucial to recognize that while monetary policy, including tools like the CRR, plays a significant role in controlling inflation, it may not always be sufficient on its own. Fiscal policy measures such as taxation and government spending also contribute significantly to managing inflation. Additionally, external factors such as global commodity prices and exchange rates can impact inflation dynamics in India. Therefore, a comprehensive approach integrating monetary and fiscal policies is essential for effective inflation control. Fiscal policy refers to the government decisions on taxation and spending aimed at influencing the economy. Adjusting tax policies is a key tool. For instance, raising indirect taxes like GST rates can reduce consumer spending and ease inflationary pressures by lowering disposable incomes. Conversely, tax cuts can stimulate economic activity but might fuel inflation if demand outstrips supply.
In conclusion, the inflation and unemployment in India is the main problem for them. So we suggest to the government of India to adapt the monetary and fiscal policy to overcoming the inflation problem. Other than that, we also suggest to the government of India to make a large-scale infrastructure project to overcoming unemployment problem. This because when the government makes the infrastructure project, it can directly create maintenance and construction jobs. By solving this problem, India can achieve a stable and prosperous economy. This can securing a brighter future for India. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching.